Hey, good morning from the office. I am BKP, the voice of rural America, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Only live online morning show in North Georgia. Only one, North Georgia. Now, I just have to start the show like this. Thank you for all the messages yesterday. Thank you for all the comments you sent concerning our report yesterday. But I'm not prepared for anything today. I'm just not. I'm just not. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go with 2 hours of anything. Not prepared. But, you know what? Things are changing here at FYNTV.com. Are you shocked? Things are changing. I'm going to go over some changes that are immediately happening that have happened overnight that are big, really huge changes. Changes everything. Yeah, Sam's still here. But big changes. Anyhow, Eclipse. America's Eclipse. August 21st, 2017. So I'm thinking about how do I report on this as a news network? How do I report on it? There's the sun. There goes the sun. There's the sun again. What the hell? I don't know exactly what to do. I mean, are we allowed to look into can I look into the eclipse with my camera? I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff out there. I'm a nervous wreck that day. To even go out the door. There's warnings. Every time I turn around, there's somebody sending out a warning. Anyhow, Eclipse. You know what it reminds me of? Now, I like the movie Anchorman. I love the movie Anchorman. I mean, you know, when nobody's home, I would watch it once a month. Because what do I hear? Are you watching that movie again? Yeah, I'm watching it again. I love the movie Anchorman. I just do. So here's how I feel about covering the eclipse. And I don't know if you can hear this. I'm going to play it over the air, but I just pulled this up.
Panda watch. The mood is tense. I have been on some serious reports, but nothing quite.
You remember Panda Watch? You remember that? Panda Watch. The mood is intense. So there you go. Okay, Eclipse 2020. Now let's just go over a couple things for North Georgia. If you're out there in the world and you're not in the line of the eclipse, and if you're out there anywhere and you're looking for a place to come and view this historic event, yes, North Georgia, Western North Carolina is the place to be. I have these glasses. I stopped. Sam, do you want a pair? I mean, you never...
Yes, actually I do.
Actually you do. Okay, well, I have a pair for you. I got you a pair yesterday. I went and I thought, well...
How many do you have in your hand?
I have 10.
Oh, my God.
I have 10 pairs.
That's a little extreme. You only have 2 eyes. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, Sam, now, let's just... While we're on the subject... Do you and many of the viewers have to hear how many times a week I lose my glasses? Do you think what it's going to be like with these?
Oh, we could definitely strap those around your neck.
So anyhow, I got, these are my, I don't care, these are my Eclipse. These are the Eclipse glasses. Now, I can't see anything, so I don't understand how this works. But anyhow, these are my Eclipse glasses for 27. And I have 11 pair. I have 12. I have 11 pair. And I had some people watching the show yesterday that said, hey, if you go up to Fannin County, can you do me a favor, pick those up? They are at the Chamber of Commerce. If you go to the Fannin County Chamber of Commerce and you walk through the door and you give them $1, they're $1 a pair. You give them $1 and you get your Eclipse America Collector's Edition August 21st glasses. So, now there's been some questions, and let me just say some things on an unofficial note concerning the eclipse. So we're going to talk about it in just a minute, and we're going to get to national news here. But if you are looking, seriously, if you're looking for somewhere to view this throughout the day, because obviously the sun, they cross and there's a total eclipse for about 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I think that's an Andrews, North Carolina, and I think one in South Carolina or Andrews, North Carolina is like the longest amount, 2 minutes and 38 seconds, that the sun will be completely blocked out. But anyhow, you come up 515 in North Georgia, you go to the Chamber of Commerce websites. You can go to our website, go to Union County. You can go to Union County, type in Eclipse. You can go to Cherokee County, North Carolina. I think he has a lot of great safety stuff on there. Sam, we have videos of the Murphy, the mayor from Andrews, North Carolina, on there. Towns County, I think Robin in Towns County, our reporter. So go to fetchyournews.com, click on Towns County, Gilmer County, Fannin, Union, all of them, or just type in Eclipse for North Georgia. Come on up and say hello. Now, all of the schools are closed. And let me just say that, Gilmer, they're closed. Most of the schools, you got to double check when I say all, most of the schools in the North Georgia area are closed that day. And let me just give you one of the major reasons of my opinion, because I have had some comments. Really? School is closing? Why are they closing school? Well, actually, I was talking to somebody yesterday about that, and they made a very valid point, which I thought about. You know, we're expecting holiday-type traffic in the area, and we don't have major highways and expressways to relieve the traffic in the area. So what we're looking at is, you know, a 20%, if not more, increase in traffic. So there is some dangers of having all the school buses out trying to run during this time in the afternoon when the eclipse is happening. There are some reasons, for safety reasons and whatever, that it's probably best the schools not bring the kids out that day, because we're going to have to. Murphy, North Carolina, Cherokee County, North Carolina, they estimate 25,000 people just in that county alone, and they're preparing for possible 60 or 70,000. But they're estimating around 25. So the increases that will take place, yes, there's some safety reasons, but come on up, Eclipse 2017. You don't even have to speak English. I mean, hey, freaks the left out. You say speak English, speaking of English, it freaks them out. Now, we'll go into that in a minute, but President Trump, Senator David Perdue, and Tom Cotton introduced the new immigration green card legislation yesterday that needs the 60 votes. So don't get overexcited yet, but the left is going nuts because it's going from 1 million to 500,000, and you have to have a skill. You need a skill. And I'm not talking nunchuck skills. You have to have a skill. So they want you to speak English when you get here. You know, hey, can you speak English? That'll send you up the ladder. That would be a preference. Oh, hell no, no, we can't have that. We can't have that. So if you want to come to this country and enter legally, well, first of all, what messes them up? And I don't want to get sidetracked here because I'm going to do the story in a minute. Well, what messes them up is you want to come here legally first. Okay, that messes them up, that there's even a difference. Okay. Second, that to obtain a green card, we would like to have the brightest and the best. Okay. Oh no, that's a problem also. Third, we would like to have, and I'm going to play something in a minute, but third, we would also like to have, if it's possible, when you get here, could you speak English? I mean, not bring a whole house full of kids that we have to hire a bunch of teachers to, what is this? English as ESOL, English second language, right? Yeah. So we had to hire a bunch of English as second language teachers. Have you seen the cost of that? So, okay, so could you please speak English, have a skill? That's interesting. Speak English, have a skill, and we'll consider it. They're freaking out. And plus, we're not going to put 1 million people in here. We're going to put 500,000. Freaking out. Messed them up. All right, we'll go over that in just a minute. Now, yesterday I gave you, and let's just we'll talk about it at the end of the show. I don't want to get tied up on Blue Ridge City Council. I don't want to do that. But yesterday, you know, I videoed the city council the other day. I videoed it, and Councilwoman, you know, let me just put the picture up here. I think we have a clip. We're going to get it ready in a minute. So Councilwoman Angie Arp is over here. Let me just put this here. And Councilwoman Rhonda Thomas are over here, right? And I mean, they are just going back and forth. You watch the council meeting. They are going back and forth. So we actually put a clip together of the exchange that took place to kind of clarify what happened. Do we have that clip, Sam? All right, let's play that Blue Ridge City Council clip. Here's Councilwoman Angie Arp and Councilwoman Rhonda Thomas. Go ahead and show that.
I can be any kid on the block. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
They're slugging it out. A left to the jaw, and...
Oh, my block is knocked off.
But you can press it right back on. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Press this lever. He throws a right, the other a left. Knock his block off. You're the winner.
Wait till next time.
You can Rock'em Sock'em.
Sorry, folks, I had to do that. Sorry, folks, I had to do that. I understand. I understand. I know that wasn't funny, right? That wasn't funny. So, I have not been, I'm hearing myself in the ear. Is the mic on over there accidentally? So, I have stopped watching, basically sitting down and taking a bunch of pictures. You know, I've been coming on every morning, MSNBC, and I've been cropping out a bunch of pictures and showing you in the morning. But I've been so frustrated with what they're doing and their attempt to take down our President of the United States and cause a disruption that is not there. I kindly stopped doing that. So I get up and I'm reading different accounts, and I do turn it on in the background just to hear where they're going. And, you know, yesterday they went after Trump. They did not say Russia in the first hour. So now think about this, folks. If this was never a witch hunt, as the President of the United States called it, okay, if the Russian... which he signed, and they're taking it out of context. He signed the sanctions bill yesterday. He signed it. And the media wants you to believe that he reluctantly signed it because all of his actions speak louder than words, President of the United States. They speak louder than words. His actions are totally ratcheting up the heat on Russia by what we are doing, our support for NATO. Mike Pence standing in Georgia with Russian troops only about 11 miles, talking about Russian aggression, and Russian aggression would not stand against our allies. Everything we are doing, the fracking, the gas, selling natural gas to Poland, every single thing we are doing, okay, is really the actions are ratcheting up in heat against Russia, and they don't like it. So obviously they want this sanctions bill against Russia. Now just think if they would have took just a minute, if they would have only took a minute of a portion, if you take an hour they've spent on Russia, if they would have just took a minute, the media, and sent Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, through everything that they put Trump through over the deal he made in Iran. Okay? But anyhow, we'll move on from that. So he signed the bill reluctantly, not because he says, hey, we shouldn't put sanctions, is it actually moves some of the power, the foreign policy power, out of the executive office. So we have our Constitution, and I will say this: if you ever want to hear a nice 30 minutes of somebody really just taking the Constitution and taking what happened. Mark Levin, we got to give the great one credit. Mark Levin, all right? Mark Levin, he will explain that in detail. But they take it, they're taking powers away from the executive branch, and that's the concerning part for Trump and his people inside the White House, not the sanctions itself. All right. But yesterday, they have stopped, if you've noticed. The networks have declined. The Russian is declining on a daily basis. Now, there was a day not long ago that every single morning, MSNBC was New York Post bombshell out of the New York Times, a bombshell this morning, a bombshell report. Well, they haven't given up, folks. Don't think they've given up. But it has gone downhill. Now, you're going to hear the credibility, and I'm going somewhere with this whole show today. You're going to hear the credibility of the President of the United States. James Comey, former FBI director, has a multi-million-dollar book deal. Really? A book deal. So Trump fires this guy, and he gets a book deal. A book deal. This is a guy that's going to be a person of interest. This is a guy, my opinion is, Comey, I'm going to step all the way out. My opinion is when it's done, or if we go through what we should, the proper legal channels, Comey should be probably, I don't know, there should be, the one jail cell should have Uma Abedin. The next jail cell should have Hillary Clinton. Now, Uma, you can't share a jail cell with Hillary, you know that old thing in jail, we don't want nothing happening. So the wiener should be in one cell. Uma Abedin should be in the next one, which we're going to talk about that in a minute. Hillary Clinton in the next one. Bill in the next one. Okay, no. Bill should be forced to be in the same cell as Hillary. Bill should be forced at this point in his life to finally have to live with her. Okay, see what it's like in jail. And James Comey, the list goes on. But so the credibility. So MSNBC, before I get to my first break, because I want to talk about yesterday, something I didn't get to because I got to Blue Ridge City Council. We are going to talk about everything out there this morning, I promise. Stock market at 22,000. There are some economic indicators that are very strong that are different than the past several years that they claimed the economy was strengthening. There's actually solid proof of actual real jobs. We're going to explain this morning what the 500,000. Do you realize there's a labor shortage? We're going to talk about that. The Merrick brothers in Dallas, outside of Dallas. I watched an interview with one of the Merrick brothers outside of Dallas, one of the largest construction companies in the United States. We're going to talk about that. Yesterday, MSNBC, they can't go Russian right now. They can't go Russian. So what they did yesterday is they are begging. Yesterday they spent the whole entire show begging Trump's people to quit. I'm serious. Begging, okay? Joe Scarborough went as far yesterday to say, what will it say on your tombstone? I work for Donald Trump. These people have to have jobs. Their credibility's on the line. Their future. I mean, they have to walk out the door now. The best thing Kelly can, they're begging Kelly to quit. They even put John Kelly, the new chief of staff, on notice yesterday at MSNBC, Joe Scarborough and Minka, that the first time the president lies, he needs to come out and resign. So now they're begging them on a daily basis to quit. All right? They're trying to cause the chaos. They want chaos in there. They're trying to cause it. So this morning, they opened the show with the first 20 minutes of what a liar Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is nothing but a liar. Lies about everything. How could Sarah Sanders go to the podium every day and defend a liar? How could Jeff Sessions defend a liar? How could John Kelly take a job where he knows on a daily basis he's going to have to defend one of the biggest liars that ever was in the has ever been in the Oval Office? They also wanted to say his support is down to 33%. Okay, he's down to 33. His polling numbers, he's nothing but a big liar. The Boy Scouts don't like him. They said he's a liar. The Mexican president says he's a liar. It's a disaster. All right, now so the biggest lie that has affected your life. Now, is it okay? Because I'm going to go to break because I got all these things set up, all right? And I want to come back to something I didn't do yesterday, Ben Rhodes, that kind of got glossed over in the media, all right? But there's something I want to show you that you got to pay attention to, because I get up this morning and I hear James Comey has got a multi-million-dollar book deal. And I watch this video all the time to try to break down little things that have been said that I know down the road are going to happen. But that's Trey Gowdy and James Comey. We're going to watch this video after the break. But anyhow, it's not okay to lie. We all do it. Oh my God, you're shocked. Everybody's told a lie in their life. Okay? I mean, come on, let's get over it, all right? So, we don't intend to, but every once in a while, wait, just saying, right? Oh, yeah, everybody out there is like, oh, listen to this. I've never told a lie. Bull. Anyhow, so it's not okay to lie. But what if you were told a lie that it affected your life? What if you've been told a lie that changed your life? What if you've been told a lie that you banked on something in your life and the lie totally changed everything where this is concerned? So I'm not going down the road of, the Boy Scout said Trump lied. All right, whatever. I could care less. If he lied about the Boy Scout leader making a phone call, I don't know if that happened. Hey, it didn't change my day. Right? I will tell you. Now, you get to know me on a daily basis, and I'm going to tell you some of the judgments I make. Here's some of the judgments I make. If it doesn't change my day, I got to see where it comes in on the list. So if you tell me something, I say, well, it doesn't really change my day, it doesn't, what the heck? So some of these things, it doesn't change my day. Let me tell you something, folks. If you're out there in CNN and CBS and ABC and NBC and MSNBC are talking about what a liar Donald Trump is, you come back to me. Here's the question I have, and I'm gonna explain this just like this. Here's the question I have. You come back to me, and you tell me what lie President Donald Trump has looked into the camera and said and told you, the American people, that changed your life today, changed your family's life, changed your economic status, took something away from you, hurt you physically, mentally, anything whatsoever. Could you send me that lie? Because let me tell you something. I'm tired of hearing he's a liar. Because I know a man that looked right in the camera and changed your life with a lie. And he changed it for the worse. And he hurt you. He did you wrong. He took food off your table because it cost more. He said, if you want to keep your doctor, you can keep your doctor. That lie changed millions of people's lives in America, because millions of people today were not able to keep their doctor, and he lied to you. You got it. So if you're out there on the golf course today and you keep your own scorecard, and, you know, the guy up front says, what'd you get on that hole? And you say, 5. Just say it. What did it hurt? What did it hurt? If you want to keep your doctor, you can keep your doctor. That lie hurt you. Let's get real, media. I'm going to come back. Now, let me tell you the changes, because I'm going to come back and I want to talk about Tom Cotton, David Perdue. I want to talk about the governor of Missouri, and I want to talk about Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. We got an election there in a couple days. Mitch McConnell, what can we do? I mean, can we like do something? What could we actually offer Mitch to go home? Go to Kentucky and stay on the ranch. Don't leave the farm, Mitch. Do not. I mean, Mitch is to the point his ass needs a... Oh, excuse me. Let me back up. I said I wasn't going to do that today. Mitch is to the point he needs to go to Kentucky, and we need to put an ankle monitor on him. He needs to get an ankle monitor so he don't leave the ranch. Or maybe he has left the ranch. Anyhow, we're going to talk about that. Here's the changes. We're going to go. You waited. Going to go to right. Here's the changes. I want to welcome now. We have Sam is the executive producer, and Sam is also the general manager of FetcherNews.com. And we have, what do we have now? We have 6 or 7 reporters, and we're excited of what we have going on here. FetcherNews.com, Pickens, Gilmer, Fannin, Union, Towns, Murray. We have about 7 reporters on staff here at FetcherNews.com, all in North Georgia. So we have that happening every day. We're producing the show. I think some of you out there know that I'm all over the board, so she has a full, takes her full attention to keep track of what picture I want next or what video I want next, and I appreciate that. So we have a second person now in the studio, and we want to welcome Rose this morning. And what we wanted to do that we've not done, we've not been doing up to this point, is we're going to make the show more interactive now. So if you'll put up our communication there, Sam, so I can go over what we're doing now. If you'll go to our Facebook page, Fetcher News Facebook page, or and find our page and our timeline, make friends with us, like our page. We're going to be putting out questions of the day. We're going to be putting out interactive questions throughout the show. We're going to be reading your tweets. We're going to go through the Twitter deck and keep up with some of your tweets and reactions to certain things that are going on and what's trending. Oh my God, I just have to take a quick. I never thought that at my age I would come here and I would say that the show we're going to keep up with what the hell is trending. But that's what we're going to do. That's what the kids are doing, so we're going to do it here. We're going to keep up with what's trending, okay? If it's trending, oh my God, I'm trending, right? The Eclipse is trending. So we're going to keep up with what's trending. Let me calm down here, having too much fun. It's going to be a very interactive show. We're going the distance here with that.
You can also comment on the YouTube Live.
Yes, thank you. We are now back. Thank you very much. We're now back on YouTube Live. You can go to our YouTube channel, and if you will join our YouTube channel, we're broadcasting 2 places now. Just giving you a little insight of what we're doing. We're broadcasting 2 places, fyntv.com, or if you will join our YouTube channel, that's FYNTV, Fetch Your News YouTube channel, that anytime we're live, you'll get a notification if you join. Tell YouTube you want a notification anytime we're doing anything live. You can comment on that channel live as the show's going. Rose is going to keep up with that. Did I already introduce you, Rose, or where am I at on this, Sam? Have I already told?
You did.
Okay. See what I need to help? Do you understand now, folks? But Rose is going to be keeping up with the YouTube channel, so if you put comments up there, She's going to be letting me know if you comment during the show. We're going to be questions of the day. If we have guests coming up, we're going to pop it out there, guests coming up. We're going to keep up with North Georgia if there's any breaking news on any Facebook pages or anything going on. School starts. Pickens County School in North Georgia has already started back. Fannin starts Friday, and Gilmer starts
tomorrow.
Do what?
Tomorrow. Gilmer and Fannin. It's tomorrow, the 4th. Tomorrow's Friday.
That's what I said!
But that's tomorrow, not Friday. That's tomorrow.
Now, wait a minute. This is not an Abbott and Costello routine. Is tomorrow Friday?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Tell them it's tomorrow. School starts tomorrow.
Okay, folks. I said school started Friday, but considering Friday is tomorrow, that means school starts tomorrow. What the hell? All right, anyhow, so we have school starting, we may have bus delays, we may have anything. We're going to be keeping up with it. Rose is going to be covering all that, keeping up with it. She's going to be sending me messages. Some of you throughout the show, okay, you want to call in. All right, there's our you want to call in. We got somebody to answer the phone now. Call in. Hey, I want to keep it on the subject line, but if you want to call, you want to text. I've not pushed the interaction as much because, like I said, Sam has a lot to do over there, so I didn't want to increase until we were ready, and I wanted to make sure it's time for school starting and everything. So if you have news out there that instantaneous that you want to get out, you see something out there in North Georgia and you want to get it out immediately, we're going to be able to get it on the show. I have several of you that have said to me, hey, why didn't you comment on my Facebook post? I can't do that. It's bad enough I can't keep up with my glasses. How the hell am I supposed to keep up with a Facebook post? So anyhow, we're ready. So there you go, 706-889-9700. Text. You can text anytime during the show. Chief@FetcherNews.com is the email. Follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews. Follow us on Twitter @FYNTV. Join our Facebook page, Fetcher News, and go join our YouTube channel, FYNTV YouTube. And if you see breaking news, get it in here. Welcome this morning, Rose. And thank you for letting me know tomorrow was Friday and Friday was tomorrow. We'll be at Sycamore Crossing. Did I get that correct?
I just didn't want people to think you meant next Friday. Smarty pants.
Oh, well, I will be right back not tomorrow. I'll be right back after these messages. Take us the break.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. The NAACP says to travel through Missouri at your own risk. A travel warning in the United States of America from the NAACP. Travel through Missouri at your own risk. We're going to talk about that a little later. I want you to look up the governor of Missouri. Put his picture up there, and how do I pronounce his name? Greitens. Greitens? Okay, governor, Missouri governor, Greitens. Do I have a picture over there of him? Yeah, that's him. I couldn't find any that he's not all riled up. He's a former Navy SEAL, governor of Missouri. The NAACP, I think he signed a right to work in Missouri. St. Louis, big union town. Big union town. St. Louis. Kansas City, big union town. Kansas City, Missouri, St. Louis, big union towns. This guy got a right to work, Navy SEAL, and they passed a law that we're going to talk about in a minute that he signed, that the NAACP, travel at your own risk. I thought the NAACP would have put a travel at your own risk notice out when things were out of control in Ferguson, but no. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, let me just say this, okay? Let's go into the. I have it here somewhere. It'll be just a minute. Yesterday, David Perdue. Let me just say this, and we'll get through this. Senator David Perdue, okay? Trump GOP senators introduced bill to slash legal immigration. Put up the picture of Tom Cotton. This is Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas. And this is Senator David Perdue of Georgia. And this is the President of the United States. Now, while I am on this subject, for those viewers here in Georgia, you should be proud, I guess if I think you should be proud that is your senator from Georgia, David Perdue. And I want to say this. I followed Senator Perdue's campaign very close during the primary, okay? Interviewed the senator several times. Then candidate Perdue. Followed his race against Michelle Nunn. Remember Michelle Nunn ran for Senate? I followed the race very close with Michelle Nunn. And I stood, and I'm never going to forget this. I want to repeat this briefly. I stood down here in Canton, Georgia, in a room no bigger than the studio I'm coming to you from this morning. And I was within 3 feet of Ted Cruz, okay, Senator Ted Cruz, and then candidate David Perdue, all right? And, you know, Ted Cruz looked at all these reporters, the AP, everybody's out there, and I'm on the front row, and he looked at everybody. He was campaigning for Senator Perdue, and he said, to my libertarian friends, I'll never forget, Ted Cruz said, to my libertarian friends, support David Perdue, but then hold him accountable. Support him, but hold him accountable. I have to tell you, there's very few things since the senator has taken office here that I am disappointed in. Very few things. I did not support TPP. I was a little iffy with the senator on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but he stood up and supported the President of the United States during the election. He wore his jean jacket and his Make America Great Again hat. He did not waver in his support for the president. He has not wavered since he's become president. He doesn't care to stand. David Perdue, now I'm not talking about Tom Cotton because I am in Georgia. Senator David Perdue has not been shy 1 minute of standing with the president. Senator David Perdue has led the way with saying the Senate deserves no break no time off, no break until they pass a repeal of Obamacare. He has really pushed no recess. They didn't deserve it. All the above. You can read all of his posts he put out. And yesterday he stood beside the President of the United States with this new immigration green card bill. And anyhow, our former governor, Sonny Perdue, which is David, our senator's first cousin, Sonny is his first cousin, happens to be the agricultural secretary. So the Perdues and the state of Georgia has done very well in the Trump administration. Now, this guy standing next to the president, because here's what I continue to want to say. Do you think these people in their distinguished careers are going to gravitate to this man that the media wants you to believe will end their career if they continue to lockstep with the President of the United States? David Perdue, former, I think, CEO of Dollar General, all right, so on and so forth. The President of the United States, this is a little prediction I'd like to throw out. After 2018, just like throw this out, let's have a little political fun. After 2018 election, and there's no disruption, and they see the body count, no pun intended, okay? They see the body count of Republicans versus Democrats there. If everything turns out okay, usually in the middle of a midterm or going into the second term, which the president will go for, don't get caught off guard if David Perdue doesn't become a member of the president's cabinet. Just saying, we'll put that out there. Now, the Merrick brothers in Texas, guess what we have? We have a major labor shortage. Guess what we have? We can't find people to work. Now, Fox News did an interesting story yesterday afternoon with Merrick Construction. Merrick, and those are the Merrick brothers. And the Merrick brothers have an office in Atlanta. They have several offices around the country. Very large contractor. I had an opportunity to meet one of the Merrick brothers at a trade show one time, and just a big contractor. Metal studs, drywall. I mean, an enormous employ thousands of people. I think the largest commercial contractor in the Dallas area. So one of the Merrick brothers did an interview yesterday that he says this is the worst that they can remember in a labor shortage. They don't have half. The illegals are not coming across the border. Now stay with me. There's a reason I want to do this. I got other things I want to do today, but every once in a while we got to come into reality. Now, the Border Patrol is doing a great job. Former Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly, great job. Jeff Sessions, Attorney General, they're putting a stop to this. 550 or 600 were arrested and removed. The media will not do that story. Don't have time for that, okay? ICE has arrested like 600 in a week. They rounded up like 600 in a week, and you overstayed your limits. You got to go. You were told for the last time by the judge that you had to leave, so we're going to help you. So all of that combined with border crossing. Now, there's a couple things I want to bring to light. It's called the truth. Now, why are border crossings down? One, our Border Patrol is doing a great job. Two, the Mexican economy is doing well. NAFTA paid off for them. Our factories paid off for them. What did I tell you years ago? Going back to the beginning of this show, all the way through the primary. Do you think when Ford, we'll use General Motors, your company, you still own it, they did off-balance sheet transactions. If you believe to this morning that General Motors has paid back the American people, right? What's the old oceanfront property out in Arizona? Hasn't happened. They have off-balance sheet transaction that helps it look like they've repaid the debt to you and I. So General Motors goes down there and they build a factory. They take our money, they take our everything we do, and we go down there and build a factory, and they employ what? 600-700 Mexicans, right? So what did I used to say? I would say on this show before the election, Juan looks over at Jose. They're wearing, I guess this might sound to some of you like it's, they're wearing uniforms, okay? They're wearing their work uniforms. All right, so picture this. It says General Motors on this badge, and this guy's got a name Juan, and this guy's got Jose. And Juan looks over at Jose and says, "Hey, Jose, what do you want to do this afternoon? Would you like to go and cross the border in America?" "No, Juan. We no go to America because they have no jobs. We have their jobs. We're working in the factory here. Why we have to go there?" I know how many people I just offended, right? Everybody's offended, right? Everybody's friggin' offended now, right? I don't care. So why are they going to rush our border when they have our jobs? That was in the report yesterday. Mexico's economy's doing well. NAFTA paid off for them. I mean, you go get you a pair of 501 Blues. They were made 15 miles north of where I'm sitting this morning. Levi's 501 Blues right here up north. 15 miles north, right? Hey, come from Mexico. That's okay. So that's one of the problems. We have a labor shortage, right? Now, why do we have? There's some people you're not going to be able to help. Because the only help they've gotten used to in this country is the government. That's the help. The Great Society, LBJ. Great Society. That's the help they've gotten used to. Period. Move. They're murdering kids left and right in Chicago. Move. You don't have to live in Chicago. Let me tell you, why we should not have the black male is the highest unemployment rate in this country. Donald Trump is doing everything to stop illegal immigration, okay? To stop people pouring in here with no skills. So those jobs could go to your kids. Those jobs could go to the black inner city youth. I guarantee you today there's 300 construction jobs, well-paying construction jobs in Dallas for the Merrick brothers. I will guarantee you there is 100 well-paying construction jobs, 150 right here where I'm sitting within a 30-mile radius. They can't find people to work. Period. Here's the thing is, you know what? I told people if you want to get this country turned around, you may have to have our children cut the grass. We may need a generation or two that cut our own grass. May need a generation or two that learn how to drive a nail. We may need a generation or two that learn how to work construction. Learn the trades. Don't come after me. Don't attack me. I'm not against your children. I'm not against anything. I'm just saying we have really right now no reason whatsoever why that we have this social safety net when there's jobs available. You should have to work for any kind of social safety net you have if you have a physical ability to do so. There should not, Trump is doing everything he can to help you get out of the inner city, get out of the danger zone, get out of what the Democrats and the Great Society put you into. So let me get this, I'm going to take a break. What happened yesterday? They went from 1 million, we'll play that in a minute, 1 million green cards, we're going to use a round number, 1 million, down to 500,000. You have to have a skill. They prefer you to speak English. That set the media off. You have that video of Stephen Miller and CNN, I don't know what it's called. Yes, CNN. Yes, and this guy at CNN is just he is so unprofessional, and I love what he says. So we're going to play this video. Stay with us. This is the back and forth of the media. They go nuts when they hear English. You want to speak English? This drives them nuts. You want people to come here legally? This drives them nuts. You want skills? You want people to come with a skill? Drives them crazy. Play that video, Sam. Let's watch this for a minute.
What you're proposing, or what the president's proposing here, does not sound like it's in keeping with American tradition when it comes to immigration. The Statue of Liberty says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. It doesn't say anything about speaking English or being able to be a computer programmer. Aren't you trying to change what it means to be an immigrant coming into this country if you're telling them you have to speak English? Can't people learn how to speak English when they get here?
Well, first of all, right now, it's a requirement that to be naturalized, you had to speak English. So the notion that speaking English wouldn't be a part of our immigration systems would be actually very ahistorical. Secondly, I don't want to get off into a whole thing about history here, but the Statue of Liberty is a symbol of liberty enlightening the world. It's a symbol of American liberty lighting the world. The poem that you're referring to that was added later is not actually part of the original Statue of Liberty, but more fundamentally, the history, but more fundamentally,
you're saying
the
that
history.
That does not represent.
I'm saying that the notion. I'm saying the notion that I'm saying the notion.
Stephen, I'm sorry.
No,
Jim,
let me ask you a question.
That sounds like some national park revisionism.
No, what I'm asking you is.
The Statue of Liberty has always been
let me ask you a question.
Of hope to the world.
Jim,
for people to send.
Do you believe
people to this country? And they're not always going to speak English, Stephen. They're not
do you believe
always going to be highly skilled. They're not always going to be.
Jim, I appreciate your speech. Jim, I appreciate your speech, so let's talk about this.
It was a modest.
Jim, let's talk about this. In 1970, when we let in 300,000 people a year, was that violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land? In the 1990s, when it was 500,000 a year, was it violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land? When it was 700,000 a year, no, tell me what years meet Jim Acosta's definition of the Statue of Liberty poem, law of the land. So you're saying 1 million a year is the Statue of Liberty number. 900,000 violates it, 800,000 violates it.
You're sort of bringing a press one for English philosophy here to immigration, and that's never been what the United States has been about, Stephen.
But your statement's also shockingly ahistorical in another respect too, which is if you look at the history of immigration, it's actually ebbed and flowed. We've had periods of very large waves, followed by periods of less immigration and more immigration, and during we've had
a period of immigration right now. The president wants to build a wall. You want to bring about a sweeping change to
surely, Jim, you don't actually think that a wall affects green card policy. You couldn't possibly believe that, do you? Actually, the notion that you actually think immigration is at a historic law, the foreign-born population in the United States today, Jim,
staff on Monday talking about how border crossings.
Do you really? I want to be serious, Jim. Do you really at CNN not know the difference between green card policy and illegal immigration?
Sir,
you really don't know that?
Cuban immigrant. He came to this country in 1962, right before the Cuban Missile Crisis, and obtained a green card. Yes, people who immigrate to this country can eventually. People who immigrate to this country not through Ellis Island,
as a factual question,
ways do obtain a green card at some point. They do it through a lot of hard work, and yes, they may learn English as a second language later on in life. But this whole notion of, well, they could learn, they have to learn English before they get to the United States. Are we just going to bring in people from Great Britain and Australia?
Jim, actually, I have to honestly say, I am shocked at your statement that you think that only people from Great Britain and Australia would know English. It reveals your cosmopolitan bias to a shocking degree that in your mind, no, this is an amazing moment. This is an amazing moment. That you think only people from Great Britain or Australia would speak English is so insulting to millions of hard-working immigrants who do speak English from all over the world. Jim, have you honestly never met an immigrant from another country who speaks English outside of Great Britain and Australia? Is that your personal experience?
Of course there are people who come
But that's not what you said, and it shows your cosmopolitan bias. And I just want to say...
It sounds like you're trying to engineer the racial and ethnic flow of people into this country.
Jim, that is one of the most outrageous, insulting, ignorant, and foolish things you've ever said, and for you that's still a really... The notion that you think that this is a racist bill is so wrong.
What are you, ignorant? Come on, man. Steve, Miller time. Miller time, baby. It's Miller time. If you got the time. What are you, ignorant? Are you ignorant? Let me tell you something. You have to give Steve Miller credit. And first of all, this CNN, they are freaking out because English, okay? They are freaking out. All right? English. Sorry, I know. You say, well, maybe I could take a class and learn to speak English myself. Maybe, get my C's and my Saws and my scenes down pat and all the above, I understand. It freaks them out. So, green card law, we used to have a situation where we had the best and the brightest. So you think only people from Australia and Great Britain speaking? Hey, what are you, ignorant? I'm sorry. Cosmopolitan bias. Stephen Miller hit a home run with your cosmopolitan bias. That made my day. I'm watching that yesterday afternoon. This CNN guy really was not there to report. He was there to give his opinion, okay? You seen very clearly he got into his opinion in a match. Okay, what the Statue of Liberty says, and oh my God, what the Statue of Liberty says, hey, your cosmopolitan bias. What are you, that is the stupidest, dumbest, ignorant, what's wrong with you? Really? People from India, people from Africa, we get people from Africa that speak English, we get Russians that come and speak English. Oh no, I think Russia off that list of green cards. Look, folks, they are going to ratchet down who comes in this country. Now watch what happens. They're going to ratchet it down. You're going to have a skill. All right? Jobs are available. They are available. So let me look at the black youth in America and tell you. Black males in America and tell you. There's good paying jobs available. Okay? Young people, there's nothing wrong with being the best carpenter, okay? They're good paying jobs. We used to call it, you remember the old days? Here I am saying remember the old days, right? You remember the old days when we called it an honest day's work? Remember that? I know I'm going way down. Remember that? An honest day's work? Folks, jobs are available. Good paying jobs. You understand? And Trump is doing everything, the President of the United States is doing everything he can to stop illegal immigration from taking. Let me tell you something. I probably shouldn't go there. And usually when I shouldn't go there, I do it anyway. We've allowed the Great Society, LBJ. You will pick up, I do not like LBJ. We took, and I don't want to go back to Woodrow Wilson and LBJ and Kennedy, everybody's hero. I'm not going there. The Great Society See, what Democrats did, I knew I would do this. What Democrats did is they looked at the black vote, okay, and they instituted a form of slavery. I could hear the screeching like a record stopping, and the jukebox stopped playing, and everybody's staring like, did he say slavery in 20? Yeah, that's what I said it. So Democrats, they take this different form of ownership. I know how controversial it is. And they take this different form and they put it into legislation and they say, you know what? Vote for me. We will give you all of these we'll give you food. We'll give you lodging. Okay? We'll make sure. And while we're at it, we would like for you to live here. Okay? So your government went around and, provided housing. It's just like finding a solution and bipartisan solutions. Well, see, they provided housing for low-income Americans. Boy, that sounded great, right? Provided housing for low-income Americans, okay? So we did that. And then what happened is we said we live here, and then we sent the money into there, and they did not come out. Boom! So generation after generation after generation, now we have a complete population in these cities that have no understanding whatsoever about self-sustaining, honest day's work, sad to say, created by the government, and there's plenty of jobs. There is not a reason why we have such a high incarceration level of black American males. There's no reason why we have. There's no reason why we have such an unemployment number for black American males. It's just not necessary, other than Democrat liberal policy and, people like Al Sharpton. Where can I go with that? I can't go anywhere with that. Folks, you can get a job if you try. And things are so bad out there. Let me tell you how bad things are out there. Things are so bad. I saw a white kid cutting a Mexican's grass. That's how bad it is. Never know. I better go to break. Somebody sent me a text message that said, the jobs out there. Let's see, what did that text message say? Here's it. To find people, they have to pass drug screening. Interesting. Can't pass drug screening. I'm your host, BKP. Now, let me get back. Yuma Abedin, James Comey, the whole list that need to go to prison, okay? The media is totally glossing over, like our congressman here in the 9th District, August 10th. I'm going to tell you a little bit when they get back. Congressman Doug Collins will be right here in studio with me for a full 30 minutes. We're going to get into some issues. We really are. We're going to have a time to drill down on some things that are really going on in Washington, D.C. with your Congressman, 9th District, Doug Collins. Doug Collins on the House Judiciary Committee, Karen Handel, Trey Gowdy, the whole list of them. They voted to further investigations, but on the maybe Democrat side, maybe they want to see more information from Comey, more information from Loretta Lynch. Maybe they want to see more information on that side of what really happened. That gets bypassed. And nobody's talking about Ben Rhodes today. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages. Sam, take us to break.
The 17% savings are real at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. 17% off MSRP on every 2017 Chevy Silverado LT Crew Cab and Double Cab. Save up to $7,500. Get this loaded Silverado Crew Cab for only $36,500. Or save up to $4,600 on the new 2017 Chevy Equinox with leather. Now just $23,500 at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where the 17% savings are real.
Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop.
We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Okay, folks, I'm back. BKP here. I am trying to regroup from the last segment because, you know, I got in trouble, right? So, Eclipse America, August 21st. I have my glasses. Do you have yours? If you would like a pair of Eclipse glasses, they are at the Chamber of Commerce in Fannin County. Walk in there, give them $1. Okay. I'm going to head over to tonight I'm going to go over to the Fannin County Tea Party meeting. Stopped yesterday, had a nice lengthy discussion with the chairman up there, Lane Bishop. I like Lane Bishop. He's a good guy. He's also the chairman of the Fannin County Tax Assessor. Fannin County Tax Assessor Board there. But anyhow, the Speaker of the House, I understand David Ralston will be the guest tonight. So I'm going to go up there and hear what they have to say. Where was I at? Now, look, I told you that we're moving the show to be interactive, okay? Put everything up there, Sam. 7:06, let's go over this. We're putting a lot of time into this because the show is changing, okay? Want to welcome Rose this morning. She will be on all of the social media sites from Twitter. She will be from Twitter to all of our Facebook pages, our YouTube channel. And she has the show phone. The show phone is over there. Many of you have said in the past, I sent you a message on Facebook. Why didn't you read my message? I can't I can't even keep up with my glasses, let alone keep up 2 or 3 things happening on the show. You could text us. I want to welcome Rose. You could text us 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. You can email me at chief@fetyournews.com. You can follow us at Fetch Your News or at FYNTV. We can do live interactive conversation on our YouTube channel. If you will go to FYNTV, Fetch Your News, join our YouTube channel. Anytime we are live, you can get a notification. We are monitoring that channel, so if there's any live activity on there, we can read your comments and get that out. School is starting back. School starts tomorrow. And by the way, the very first minute I announce the show is now going interactive, you send a text message. I didn't tell you to text and agree with Sam. I did not ask you to do that. And I mean, Sam, what was the text message?
Just tell him tomorrow was more informative and clearer than a non-descriptive Friday.
Did I ask you to agree with her? I could see this show is going to become a whole lot of fun. But thank you. There's a great example. We're going to start keeping up with the text messages you send in, and we're going to be able to cover things in an immediate, because we're a Now News network. FetcherNews.com is a Now News network. And school starts tomorrow in Fannin and Gilmer. It started first of the week in Pickens County, all through North Georgia this week. So let's just say that. Watch the school buses, please. Safety first. Got our little kids out going and crossing the street, getting on a school bus. There's nothing really cuter than a kindergarten kid trying to get that first step on a school bus. I tell you, you can't beat that. So watch for safety reasons. School starting, but we'll be able to keep up with current activities, okay? What's happening, if something happens. If you find out now in North Georgia anywhere something's going on, text it in, hit us up on Facebook, say, hey, Rose, this is happening, get it to BKP, whatever, and we're there, okay? Tomorrow, Sycamore Crossing. Now we have the All-Star panel. We have Ask the Doc with Dr. Whaley, and Nathan Fitz, candidate for City Council there, Blue Ridge City Council. Nathan Fitz will be a guest. That's a great thing. I just heard this voice. If Carla was here, she would love that, because Carla's always saying, oh, I love the thought of a voice in your head. Okay, little voice in my head says 8:30 tomorrow morning there that Nathan Fitz will be on. So that's Sycamore Crossing, downtown Blue Ridge. We love it down there on Friday morning. It's beautiful. We have Ask the Doc at 8:15. At 8:30, Nathan Fitz will be on the show. At 9 o'clock, we do the All-Star panel. Where we talk about the politics of the week. You want to come and be? I really have. I pushed that, but now that we have somebody that can monitor this, if you want to be on the All-Star panel, if you'd like to be a part of our panel, we just have a whole lot of fun. Maybe you don't agree with everything we're saying. You're still welcome. I mean, it's like, you can still come. I mean, I don't know how that sounds, but hey, be a part, come on up, send us a text message, 706-889-9700, and say, hey, I'd like to be on the All-Star panel. We'll get in touch with you. You can also email us. So All-Star panels from 9 to 10, and then the star of the show. We wait for it all week long, the Humane Society of Blue Ridge Pet of the Week. And that's kind of where I lose Sam. I mean, Sam, the Pet of the Week shows up, like 15 minutes early, and Sam's gone. I mean, I look over, and she's got her new friend there, and I can't get anything done. So anyhow, our star of the show at 8:45, Pet of the Week. Now, Ben Rhodes. Now, Sam, I sent you a video yesterday, okay? Now, the Attorney General, John Kelly, the Chief of Staff, has called the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, and said, hey, you're staying. You're here to stay. Are you shocked? You're really shocked. You want me to believe. You want me to believe this is all accident in the last 10 days. Scaramucci gets hired. The RNC gets exterminated from the White House. Priebus, what's his name, and Spicer Communications. Look, I'm not against every Republican walking and talking, okay, but they get exterminated. Scaramucci is out. John Kelly's in. comes in, does the cleanup, in military terms, comes in, does cleanup, and says, I'm in charge. Scaramucci is gone. And now you got Sarah Sanders kicking the media's rear end, and Miller coming out yesterday. Chief of Staff says, hey, you're in Jeff Sessions. Do you want me to believe that everything in the last 2 weeks, or 6 months, but the last 2 weeks is more of Trump's chaos? Oh, by the way, I want you to play. I'm not encouraging you to get drunk. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not encouraging you to partake of adult spirits that would cause you to lose your focus and not be aware of your surroundings, all the above. But tonight, one night only, not 2 shows, no holdover, sold out event, President Donald Trump will be in Huntington, West Virginia. He'll be right on that Ohio line, right there on that Ohio River in Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall Thundering Herd, Huntington, West Virginia. Trump will be there. So the drinking game challenge of the evening is every time you hear Joe Manchin and Senator Capito, I think that's how you say her name, but especially Capito, because here's what I'm interested in tonight. I went off the rails. The Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad has left the tracks. Okay, that's me. I was not going this direction, but tonight, see, Trump won West Virginia by the largest margin of any state he won. And again, I always tell you, there's only 2 states, you hear it all the time, that every county in the state went red for Donald Trump, and that's Oklahoma and West Virginia. Overwhelmingly in West Virginia, okay? I mean, Trump, I think, can go to Huntington tonight, pick the mic up and say, we need a primary challenger for Capito. She's got to go. Capito's got to go. And I think he could drop the mic and leave. I think he could do it, drop the mic and leave. And I tell you what, I think she's gone. That's what I think. I'm interested tonight. Huntington, 1 show only. Now, Ben Rhodes, I want you to pay attention to something, because a lot of America is not paying attention because the media is not bringing it to you, of what's going on in your House Judiciary Committee. They're not discussing it, okay? It's not being discussed. So here's what I want to do. I want you to watch this exchange. You've watched it several times, but I want you to pick up. Now, I might call for a rewind on this, Sam, but I want you to pick up on this discussion between the former FBI director, okay, and Trey Gowdy. I think I got it set at a time I wanted to start, Sam. Let's go ahead and go with that.
NSA, FBI, what other U.S. government agencies have the authority to unmask a U.S. citizen's name?
Well, I think all agencies that collect information pursuant to FISA have what are called standard minimization procedures, which are approved by the FISA court that govern how they will treat U.S. person information. So I know the NSA does, I know the CIA does, obviously the FBI does. I don't know for sure beyond that.
How about the Department of how about Maine Justice?
I mean, Maine Justice, I think, does have standard minimization procedures.
All right, so that's 4. The NSA, FBI, CIA, Maine Justice. Does the White House have the authority to unmask a U.S. citizen's name?
I think other elements of the government that are consumers of our products can ask the collectors to unmask. The unmasking resides with those who collected the information. And so if Mike Rogers' folks collected something and they send it to me in a report and it says U.S. person number 1, and it's important for the FBI to know who that is, our request will go back to them. The White House can make similar requests of the FBI or of NSA, but they can't they don't on their own collect, and so they can't on their own unmask. I got that about right?
No, that's
correct.
I guess what I'm getting at, Director Comey, is you say it's vital, you say it's critical, you say it's indispensable. We both know it's a threat to the reauthorization of 702 later on this fall. And oh, by the way, it's also a felony punishable by up to 10 years. So how would you begin your investigation, assuming for the sake of argument that a U.S. citizen's name appeared in the Washington Post and the New York Times unlawfully? Where would you begin that investigation?
Well, I'm not going to talk about any particular investigation.
That's why I said in theory.
You would start by figuring out, so who are the suspects? Who touched the information that you've concluded ended up unlawfully in the newspaper, and start with that universe, and then use investigative tools and techniques to see if you can eliminate people or include people as more serious suspects.
Do you know whether Director Clapper knew the name of the U.S. citizen that appeared in the New York Times and Washington Post?
I can't say in this forum because, again, I don't want to confirm that there was classified information in the newspaper.
Would he have access to an unmasked name?
In some circumstances, sure. He was the Director of National Intelligence, but I'm not talking about the particular.
Would Director Brennan have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In some circumstances, yes.
Would National Security Advisor Susan Rice have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I think yes, in general, and any other national security advisor would, I think, as a matter of their ordinary course of their business.
Would former White House advisor Ben Rhodes have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I don't know the answer to that.
Would former Attorney General Loretta Lynch have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In general, yes, as would any Attorney General.
So that would also include acting AG Sally Yates?
Same answer.
Did you brief President Obama on, well, I'll just ask you, did you brief President Obama on any calls involving Michael Flynn?
I'm not going to get into either that particular case, that matter, or any conversations I had with the President, so I can't answer that.
Well, Director Comey, there's been some speculation this morning on motive. I'm not all that interested in motive. First of all, it's really hard to prove. Secondarily, you never have to prove it. But I get that people want to know. I get the jury always wants to know why. I think you and I can agree there are a couple of reasons that you would not have to unlawfully, feloniously.
Okay, now folks, let me just say this, okay? We didn't get to this yesterday. The media's not talking about this. There's much more breaking news out there. The news out there today is whether Donald Trump lied to a Boy Scout, okay? God forbid that a Girl Scout doesn't show up and want to sell cookies. And I mean, you know, he could lie to a Girl Scout. I mean, this could be the news of the day. So Ben Rhodes, okay? Now, Ben Rhodes, put his picture back up, emerging as person of interest in-house Intelligence Committee unmasking probe. Now, he's been moved up to a person of interest. Former Obama White House National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes is emerging as a person of interest in the House Intelligence Committee's unmasking investigation, according to a letter obtained by Circa. The letter sent from the House Intelligence Committee to the National Security Agency, NSA, on Tuesday requests the number of unmasking made by Rhodes between January 1st, 2016 and January 20th. Here's the thing, folks. Listen again. I want to go back about a minute. If I tell you, Sam, it's got to go back another 30 seconds. Listen again as Trey Gowdy asked. Now, this is back. Is there a date on that video, Sam? Because I don't have it pulled up over here. Is there a date to publish on that thing? If there is, let me know. But Trey Gowdy in this... Okay, in March March 20th, 2017. We're in August. So in March 20th, 2017, Trey Gowdy, as we all know, representative from South Carolina, we all know a good attorney does not ask a question that he doesn't know the answer to. So Trey Gowdy's asking these questions knowing the answer, okay? And guess what on the other side of the microphone? James Comey, former FBI director, also knows the answers, okay? Also knows the answers. Listen, do you really think, well, I want to listen again, just one more time, just to pay attention of who all James Comey, former FBI director, has knowledge of can unmask a U.S. citizen. And what does that mean? We'll talk about it in a minute. So let's go back about a minute and see if that's where it's at. I might have to move you back another 20 seconds. Go back about a minute, Sam, and start it again.
In general, yes, as would any attorney general.
So that would also include acting AG Sally Yates?
Same answer. Start with that universe and then use investigative tools and techniques to see if you can eliminate people or include people as more serious suspects.
Do you know whether Director Clapper knew the name of the U.S. citizen that appeared in the New York Times and Washington Post?
I can't say in this forum because, again, I don't want to confirm that there was classified information in the newspaper.
Would he have access to an unmasked name?
In some circumstances, sure. He was the Director of National Intelligence, but I'm not talking about the particular.
Would Director Brennan have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In some circumstances, yes.
Would National Security Advisor Susan Rice have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I think yes, in general, and any other National Security Advisor would, I think, as a matter of their ordinary course of their business.
Would former White House advisor Ben Rhodes have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I don't know the answer to that.
Would former Attorney General Loretta Lynch have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In general, yes, as would any Attorney General.
So that would also include acting AG Sally Yates?
Same answer.
Did you brief President Obama on, well, I'll just ask you, did you brief President Obama on any calls involving Michael Flynn?
I'm not going to get into either that particular case, that matter, or any conversations I had with the president, so I can't answer that.
Are you aware if Clapper had access to unmasking names of American citizens? In some cases, yes. In some cases. Brennan? Yeah, in some cases, yes. Susan Rice? Yeah, absolutely, Susan Rice. Loretta Lynch? Yeah, acting Attorney General. Sally Yates? Yes. Ben Rhodes. Now, I know what you might be thinking out there, that I make too much of some things, but if you go through here, him hauls around. That's the old, that's what Dad used to say. Quit him hauling around, okay? He him hauls around about everybody. You go watch this video for yourself. He him hauls around about everybody. Yeah, in some cases they do, and he gets that look of like, well, do they? Yeah, they got it, all right? Ben Rhodes. Do you know what Ben Rhodes had? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. He did not know the answer to that. Very quickly, very decisively, and very clearly, he said, do you know Ben? I don't know the answer to that. That's it. Guess what? James Comey knew the answer to that. The committee is requesting that the NSA, okay, the letter sent from the House Intelligence Committee, the committee is requesting that the NSA deliver the information on Rhodes by August 21st. Oh my God! How can they do it? It's going to be the Eclipse! I can't make this stuff up. The committee is requesting the NSA deliver the information on Rhodes by August 21st. And what else is August 21st? The Great American Eclipse. They're going to try to block out the sun. Unmasking refers, listen to this, unmasking refers to the practice of having the identity of an American caught up in surveillance of foreign target, revealing their names are hidden or masked because U.S. intelligence agencies are prohibited from spying on Americans. I don't know the answer to that. I think you do, James Comey. I think there's a good reason why you got fired, and I think it's really wrong that you took taking a multi-million-dollar book deal before we get the corruption cleaned up that you're involved in. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to come back. We'll talk about Uma Abedin. We'll talk about Loretta Lynch. We got a couple things. We're going to check the Twitter deck. I haven't checked the Twitter deck today. We'll be right back after these messages. Take us to break, Sam.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey in Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
All right, we're back. Now, I wanted to know where I was going here, and I was thinking about where do I really want to go next, because I've only got 20 minutes. So let me do this really quick, because I don't want to I don't want to miss this. Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama. We have a special election. So, before we get started, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, at FYNTV. You can go to our YouTube channel, that is FYNTV Fetcher News. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell YouTube you want a notification, because anytime we're live. When we are live, we want to welcome this morning Rose, our social media director. She is in the sound booth over there with Sam. And Sam is still producing the show. She's still here, and she's also the general manager of FetcherNews.com. And Rose, we want to welcome her as our social media director. We're changing the show. It's going, school starting back. We're ready for it. Breaking news on Facebook. You need to send messages. Breaking news on anything in North Georgia. We're going to keep an eye on the Twitter deck. We're going to keep an eye on your messages. We're going to get your calls on. You name it. So we're happy to be able to announce that. Briefly, the Twitter deck. We don't have time to go into Russia, but an hour ago, the President of the United States, business is looking better than ever with business enthusiasm at record levels, stock market at an all-time high. That doesn't just happen overnight. That's not an accident. I think I'll retweet. I'll do the old retweet on that one. I'll give the President a retweet there. So let's go to another one. In the last hour that the President has put out. I am continuing to get rid of costly and unnecessary regulations. Much work left to do, but effect will be great. Business and jobs will grow. Business owners in the United States, folks, they are moving forward and ordering. Their orders are up. Their orders of equipment is up. The reason business is moving forward like we have not seen in the past is, number one thing, yes, they want tax relief, but business owners say the EPA and all the regulations, all the government regulations as they come off is very encouraging to them to try to grow their business, knowing all these regulations are not on there. So that's a true statement, not a lie, MSNBC. And the last one that came out an hour ago, our relationship with Russia is at an all-time and very dangerous low. Wonder how that happened. You know, that's like that Steve Urkel effect. What was that show, Family Matters? And Steve Urkel would, do something, and then he would stand back and say, did I do that? Media, let's see. Did you push the Russian narrative too far? I don't know. But I will say this. Let's say the sanctions are on Russia today because you have a lot of politicians that are concerned that their constituents back home think that there was Russian involvement in the election and hacking. We have proof of the same level, if not more, my word proof, of hacking by the Chinese. Yes, we do. Just saying. So we'll leave it at that. I'm not taking up for the Ruskies, okay? I'm not going to go. Our relationship with Russia is at an all-time and very dangerous low. You can thank Congress. The same people that can't even give us health care. Whoa, that's tough. That's hitting them right between the eyes. They can't even give you health care, but they can sure as hell get a sanctions bill against Russia to my desk. Interesting. They can't fix health care. They've lied to you for 7 years saying that they were going to get rid of Obamacare. They can't shoot. This is the gang that can't shoot straight. But yet, They found a time, and they think it's at the highest level of priority. Not tax reform. No, not tax reform. No, not a budget. No, not reducing the debt. No, not dealing with the September potential government shutdown. No, not dealing with the lie they told for 7 years about repealing Obamacare. Sanctions on Russia. Now that they can find bipartisan commitment. And you wonder, you just wonder, folks. You wonder. Sanctions on Russia. One more time, our relationship with Russia is at an all-time and very dangerous low. You can thank Congress, the same people that can't even give us health care. Let me explain something to you. I know you don't like it when I say, let me explain something to you, okay? But you got to remember, when Ronald Reagan became president of the United States, our Russian relations were at an all-time low then, okay? We got Cold War, we got the Berlin Wall, so Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall. So Reagan comes in and looks to be the one to repair relations with Russia. The history revision will write that Russia's relationship with the U.S. was at an all-time high under Obama, and the collusion with Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential election sent our relations at an all-time low. Bottom line is, this will end up being Donald Trump's fault, according to the media, which we all know it's not. So the priorities, we have the priorities. We know what the priorities are. The priority is to get a sanctions bill on the president's desk, not tax reform, not health care, not budget deficit reduction, nothing of that at all. Tax reform. No, sanctions. So try to figure that out. Okay, now there's something I want to go over. I don't have enough time, so I am going to do this. You have a special election, and I want you to put these candidates up here. Okay, I have to condense this. I'm not going to be able to play the videos. Yeah, I will play the videos. Why Mitch McConnell is involved in the Alabama special election. All right. Now, Beauregard, remember Beauregard is Jeffrey Sessions from Alabama, the honorable senator from Alabama, Beauregard, which we found out Beauregard is going to be able to stay on over there at the Attorney General's office. We're asking you to stay, Jeffrey. And so Beauregard is over there. Now, you remember this lowlife from the past? I just got to put this together. Remember, it seems like it was just yesterday that this low-life, no good governor of Alabama, Robert Bentley. So Governor Robert Bentley, as you know, he second term was plagued with sexual scandal involving a former staffer. So this guy's on his way out the door, right? And he knows he's gone. He's a lowlife. This governor of Alabama is impeached, removed from office. This Robert Bentley, lowlife governor, right? And he should not have appointed a senator to replace Jeff Sessions. So let's see if we might venture down the road of how some of this politics might work. In the state of Alabama, when you have a senator leave or something, the governor appoints that until they could set a special election. So this guy, Jeff Sessions, picked for Attorney General, senator from Alabama. Robert Bentley, which is going to be impeached and sent out of office any day, knows he appoints the Attorney General. He appoints the state's Attorney General, Luther Strange, to be the senator to fill Sessions' spot. Wonder if Mitch McConnell, wonder if anybody stepped in and said, this is your boy right here. This is the boy we want in the job. Once you put this boy up there in Washington, D.C., we just wonder. So this is the chosen senator. Former state attorney general Luther Strange is the senator. So you got a special election. Let's go ahead and put the picture up. You got a special election, and you've got former Attorney General, which is the acting senator, Luther Strange. I think that's the furthest one to the left. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's him to the left. You have in the center, okay, former Supreme Court Chief, Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Roy Moore, okay, and you have on the far right Representative Mo Brooks. He's in the House now, Representative Mo Brooks, a member of the House Freedom Caucus, all right? Now, Mo Brooks is a member of the House Freedom Caucus, and he wants to be the next senator. Supreme Court Justice Roy Moore wants to be the next senator. But who? None other than Mitch McConnell, all right? And this is from Politico. McConnell is his PAC, Mitch McConnell's PAC, his super PAC, is set to spend as much as $8 million to boost his favorite candidate. Okay, Mitch McConnell needs to go, his favorite candidate. Recently appointed Senator Luther Strange, appointed by the lowlife former governor that had to be removed from office, remember him, is who did this. Luther Strange, McConnell has activated his sprawling donor network and pressed the White House for more resources. And the National Republican Senatorial Committee. The Senate GOP chairman, arm McConnell's control, has warned consultants they'll be cut off from future work if they assist Strange's opponents. No, the RNC did not need to be exterminated. The Senate GOP campaign arm McConnell controls, okay? Campaign chairman, campaign arm McConnell has warned consultants they will be cut off from future work if they assist Strange opponents. If they do any work for Roy, I lost his name. Roy Moore and Representative Mo Brooks. Mitch McConnell's firm. Now, I've only got 10 minutes. Put up the one video, not the one from Mo Brooks, the other one. This is one of the campaign going after Mo Brooks. Let's run that video. You know which one I'm talking about, Sam? Yeah, not the one that on gun control, not Mo Brooks's gun control or Second Amendment, the other one. Yeah.
Career Congressman Mo Brooks.
I don't think you can trust Donald Trump with anything he says.
They all attack Donald Trump, trying to stop him.
I don't think you can trust Donald Trump with anything he says.
Mo Brooks even refused to endorse Donald Trump for president.
A lot of people who have supported Donald Trump, they're going to regret having done so.
Mo Brooks attacked President Trump, siding with them, not Alabama conservatives. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Senate Leadership Conference is responsible for this advertising. Senate Leadership Conference. Mitch McConnell. Really? I just wanted to get that out. That is August 15th, all right? In a highly unusual step, one of McConnell's top political lieutenants has begun quietly advising a long-shot Republican primary candidate running for Mo Brooks' House seat. The move is designed to get the congressman's head and dissuade him from emptying his campaign war chest in the race for the Attorney General Jeff Sessions' old seat. It's a massive undertaking by McConnell and his allies on behalf of Strange, who was appointed a mere 6 months ago to fill the seat until the special election. In part, McConnell's urgency reflects his long-standing promise to protect besieged Republican incumbents in primaries, but it also underscores his struggle managing his narrow Senate majority, which were punctuated by the collapse of the Obamacare repeal legislation last week after 3 Republicans broke rank. Moore, who pitched himself as a rebel, has no want for McConnell's support. McConnell is going after Mo Brooks. They want to keep their guy in, and they'll do it at any cost. I'm your host, BKP. I want to do one more. I want to get 2 more things out before we leave today. The good news, Sam, have you noticed that I haven't complained about my computer freezing up today? So I've got 8 minutes to power through that. Judicial Watch uses new Yuma Abedin emails to press Trump's Justice Department. We have to press them. New emails from former Hillary Clinton advisor Yuma Abedin released by Judicial Watch show more examples of Abedin using a non-secure account and server to transmit classified information. According to a statement released by Judicial Watch, the new release shows there are a total of 530 emails that were not a part of the batch Hillary Clinton turned over to the State Department. Whoa! Wow! I don't have enough time. I just thought I mean, every time I stumble across a crime, I think, whoa, wait a minute. I got to take a minute. Could have been a crime there. 530 emails that were not part of the batch Hillary Clinton turned over to the State Department that she claimed represented her emails from the Clinton.com account maintained by an unsecure private server. A number of the emails released today by Judicial Watch show the emails were and have been marked classified and were forwarded to Yuma Abedin's account. Okay. For example, emails from April 2009 show a Puerto Rican TV executive named Miguel Lozal making a request that started with the Clinton Foundation executive Doug Band, but was then moved over to Abedin. No! Not a request from our Secretary of State for a favor in an email. Why, that's not a smoking gun. Why, that's not enough proof. There's nothing to see here. Now, what would make you think, right? Okay, one more thing. I got 5 minutes. Judicial Watch. Justice Department blacks out talking points on Lynch Clinton tarmac meeting. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm thinking, what, are these breaking news that's happening on all the networks first thing in the morning? Or is it that Donald Trump lied? Oh! Donald Trump lied to a Boy Scout. I'm just telling you. Judicial Watch today announced that the Justice Department refuses to disclose the talking points developed by the Obama Justice Department to help its response to press inquiries about the controversial 2017 tarmac meeting between Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. The Justice Department heavily redacted the documents under Exemption B5, which allows agencies to withhold draft of deliberative process material. They blacked it out. They're blacking all of this out. Now, I've got to go. I've got 4 minutes, but there was one more thing I don't want to miss here. Panda Watch, it's intense. Let's see what I have. Trump set to embark on first vacation since inauguration. Donald Trump once questioned the wisdom of taking vacation. What's the point, he asked. But now the president is getting ready to join the annual August exodus from this town he calls the swamp. Trump is due to set out Friday on his first extended vacation from Washington since the inauguration, a 17-day gateway to his private golf course in central New Jersey. Let me tell you what we won't see him doing. We won't see him playing golf and smoking a cigarette at the same time. We won't see that. We won't see him on the ranch in Texas chopping firewood. But he's going to head out to Jersey. I'm going to head to Jersey. You going to Jersey? Let's go to Jersey. What the heck? I got a golf course out there. The president's vacation could be driven in part by necessity. Everyone who works in Washington West Wing, including the Oval Office occupants himself, will be forced to clear out by week's end. They're going to debug the place. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come in and sweep it and say, all right, we got all these guys out here. August is a recess. Sweep the place. All right. What is the other one I wanted to get to? Where is the one? Here it is, CNN. This has got to be it. I got to have this. This is great. This is great. Okay. No, I got that. CNN. Where I got 3 minutes. I got to find this. Don't push me off the cliff yet here. This is great. This is absolutely hilarious. Missouri law that promoted NAACP's travel authority, sponsored by legislature who faces lawsuit. Hey, they have a law. I don't have enough time to do justice on this, but this is great. It is. I love everything about this. The governor has signed a law, and there's a travel ban. Okay. CNN, they told CNN the NAACP has issued a travel ban for Missouri. I don't have time to get into the governor, but I want you to look this governor up, former Navy SEAL. I think Claire McCaskill has a problem in Missouri. Tonight, one night only, playing in Huntington, West Virginia, home of the Marshall Thundering Herd, right on the Ohio River. If you cross over, you might hit Cincinnati before you keep going, right? Marion, Ohio, right? Isn't that north? Isn't that Marion, Ohio, right north there? Parkersburg, West Virginia, Huntington, West Virginia. Oh, it's right there. Let's see what the crowd does tonight in Huntington, West Virginia. Let's see how many times he says, Capito must go. I'm your host, BKP. Don't forget, let me just run. Thank you for staying with us this morning. A couple quick notes that I keep repeating. Friday, we're always at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. That's tomorrow at 8 a.m. from 8 to 10. Ask the Doc, Dr. William Whaley, the Pet of the Week for Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and the All-Star Political Panel tomorrow morning. I think I got all that correct. And then right after we're done, what do we do after we're done, Sam? Come on. It's over. 2 below tea. We always have a tea. Sit up there, have a tea. You got to. I guess you forgot. Anyhow, that's tomorrow. Come back, 8 a.m. We will have our new social media director answering your tweets, your comments, and getting them out there. So send them throughout the day. We didn't close. We don't close. Send them all day long. I'm your host, BKP. Take us out of here, Sam.